Yo, welcome back to Valheim. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 tips and tricks that have personally helped me advance through the game and to just not suck in combat. The first tip for surviving in Valheim is to always have food on you. Having 25 health is actually the worst thing you could possibly do. I can't tell you how many times I've been roaming around the world with 25 health and thought that I was completely safe because I was pretty stacked in terms of my armor and got clapped by something pretty small anyways just because I wasn't paying attention. Having that extra 25 to 50 health stacked on top will not only make it so that you have a much greater survivability when it comes to a fight, but it'll also increase your stamina by quite a bit, making moving around a lot easier and also giving you a lot more to work with when you are actually in a fight. On that note, whenever you see animals in the wild such as necks, deers, or boar, always try to get the hit on them if you can, just to see if you can get a piece of meat out of them. Because cooking that and having as much as you can will make you a much better Viking. My second tip is to always carry the materials for a campfire on you. While it's not necessarily hard to find rocks and wood in the world of Valheim, having the materials for a campfire will make it so that no matter where you are, you can get the rested status effect. The rested status effect is single-handedly the best status effect in this game. It allows you to have increased health regen and increased stamina regen, and that alone is enough to get you through most battles, and if it isn't enough to get you the kill, it's definitely enough to help you run away. That stamina increase is going to be able to get you through the forest and juke pretty much any mob that's chasing you, with the exception of some of the faster ones like wolves and mosquitoes. My third tip is to always carry the materials for a portal on you. When you're traveling overseas to different continents, you won't be able to get your stuff back in the event that you die. Being able to just land on the shore, place a portal right next to your boat, and then continue your adventure will save you so much time in the event that you actually do die. In my experience, even if I die right next to the portal and things start attacking it on my screen when I'm dying, I will be able to get to the portal and teleport back in time before they destroy it. Usually they lose interest and leave it, but even if they do keep attacking it, the portal can take quite a few hits before it actually goes down. By having that portal there, it'll save you having to build a raft, traveling it back across the ocean with sea serpents with nothing to defend yourself, and also just the time it takes to get your stuff back. It'll take you 2 seconds to teleport, it'll take you 20 minutes to sail across the sea. This is a personal experience one for sure. My third tip is to explore into the Meads and what you can cook in the cauldron. The Meads are extremely useful depending on what you're trying to do in the world. Depending on if you're trying to travel long distances, if you're going through the mountains, or if you're traveling in the swamp, Meads can be the #1 reason that you survive. Having a poison resistant mead when you're going through the swamp to protect you against oozes, or having a frost resistant mead when going into the mountains to keep you warm, will overall keep your health high and allow you to deal with some of the more difficult mobs in those biomes extremely easily. For example, if the frost worm shoots at you and you've got frost resistance, it deals significantly less damage based on how much frost resistance you have. And if you have poison resistance, the oozes barely even hurt you. My last but probably most important tip in terms of combat and keeping alive is knowing the difference between when to parry and when to dodge. Depending on what kind of weapon you're using will really determine which you want to go with. If you're using a two-handed weapon such as the stag hammer or the axe, you're probably going to want to dodge versus a parry because your parry chance is very low and you don't have a very high parry stat, so there's a good chance that they're going to strike through it anyways. Whereas if you had a sword and shield or any other one-handed weapon, it's probably better to go for the parry because you have a much higher chance of parrying them, which will allow you to get a critical strike when you actually knock them back. By knowing whether to dodge or parry, you'll be able to avoid damage in battles and overall stay alive for longer. This has been 5 tips and tricks that have personally helped me overcome a lot of obstacles in Valheim and make me better at the combat system in general. If you found any of these helpful, or if you'd like to see another video like this in the future, consider subscribing and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. But either way, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.